we talked about how to make negative sentences using the past simple. So in the past simple, we only use didn't, right? And we can use didn't, we can use it with any pronoun. So we can say, I didn't stay, you didn't stay, she didn't stay, he didn't stay. It's the same. We use didn't for all the pronouns, okay? All the subject pronouns. And after didn't, we have to use infinitive. This is very important. So you can say, I didn't go to school. But in the positive, we say, I went to school. I didn't go, I went. I didn't stay, I stayed. فلو تلاحظوا يعني في البوزيتيف فقط نكتبوا اللي هو الطريقة في الباست مع الاي دي، او لو كان يعني فعل irregular غير منتظم نغيروه. هذا طبعا يحصل في البوزيتيف فقط في الجمل الإيجابية، بس في النيجاتيف نرجعه للانفينيتيف the verb، نرجعه الفعل للانفينيتيف. ونفس الشيء يحصل حتى في الأسئلة لو تلاحظوا، يعني في الأسئلة أيضا نرجعه في الفعل. we use the present or the infinitive verb form بالنسبة للأفعال. So where did Nancy go on holiday? Or what did you study last lesson? لو مثلا لو نسألكم أنتم سؤال نقول لكم مثلا what did you study last lesson؟ كيف حيكون جواب السؤال هذا؟ What did you study in your last lesson؟ يعني إيش درستوا في حصتكم السابقة؟ كيف حيكون الجواب يا هم ميديا ومن البسمة؟ كيف نجاوبوا؟ How do we answer this question? What did you study in your last lesson?
We studied past simple.
مثلا very good. We studied past simple. لو مثلا سألتكم مثلا yes no question. Did you study for example geography? What's the answer?
No,
I don't.
we didn't.
No,
I
we didn't.
didn't.
Yeah, تقدروا تجاوبوا we أو I الاثنين صح؟ No we didn't. أو لو الشخص بيتكلم عن نفسه بس no I didn't. Very good. طبعا اليو في الإنجليزية أكيد زي ما عارفين تمشي للجمع للفرد بالضبط. Okay, very good. مثلا يعني لو تلاحظوا ولو بنعملوا مثلا جملة كاملة بالنيجاتيف we didn't study geography. We studied وإنما التصحيح we studied English. يعني لو تلاحظوا في الجمل هذه كلها الحالة الوحيدة اللي استعملنا فيها الفعل بشكله الماضي إلا في الجمل الإيجابية، صح ولا؟ يعني we studied English لأن يعني في المثال هذا we studied English إيجابي، وأيضا we studied past simple هذا المفروض مش سؤال full stop. أيضا we studied past simple studied إيجابية، بس لو تلاحظوا الفعل study في باقي الجمل كلها study في السؤال WH question كان بشكله الانفينيتيف صح، وحتى في اليس نو كويستشن ايضا في الانفينيتيف، وفي النيجاتيف في الانفينيتيف. يعني في الحقيقه لو تفكروا في الموضوع شويه حتلاحظوا ان رغم ان اسم الفعل يعني اسم القاعده past simple في الحقيقه الفعل لا يستعمل في حالته اللي هو الماضيه الا في الجمل الايجابيه. في النيجاتيف او في السؤال يرجع لشكله الانفينيتيف، شكله المصدري او الطبيعي. فهذه قصة بعض الملاحظات على past simple. هذا طبعا تكلمنا عليه last time. and آخر شيء تكلمنا عليه قبل نهاية الحصة الماضية اللي هي last weekend. فأخذنا بعض المعلومات على ليفربول. We talked about Liverpool and we talked about some of the things we did last weekend. So you can say, for example, I stayed at home, On Friday, I watched television. I played with my children. I studied English. I cleaned the house. I did the dishes. So you can do many things at home. فرقم واحد تكلمنا على بعض الأشياء اللي things that you did at the weekend. Things that you did. And here we have listening, number 2. It says, look at photos A and B. What do you know about Liverpool? فطبعا ليفربول تعتبر مدينة جديدة علينا فما نعرفوش عليها معلومات. فحنسمع في listening. We're going to listen again. In part number. Can you hear me?
Doctor?
نعم. Yes, Manal.
Yes. Can I talk about? قلت لك can I talk about the city Liverpool through picture?
Yes, you can. You can.
Yes. Yes. This is a city, very beautiful.
Okay.
And it is buildings are wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And full of lights.
Correct.
Okay. There are many restaurants and hotels, shops, markets, museums, markets. It is visited by tourists from all over the world.
Okay, excellent. Very good.
Because it is a touristic country.
City, you mean? Touristic city.
City, okay.
Yes, that's correct. That's a good description. وصف كويس لليفربول صح؟ Yeah, it's a famous city in England, and there are many places to visit in Liverpool. Yes. It's also an important city by the river because Liverpool is near the sea. I think it's a coastal. Let me check because it's connected to Manchester. Liverpool. Here. It's on the sea. It's an important coastal city. Do you know what the meaning is, coastal city? It's a city on the sea, coastal. So for example, here, coastal. Coastal, it means this is a city on the sea.
Like
right?
Tripoli, yeah.
Like Tripoli.
Benghazi, yes.
Yeah, and Benghazi. Tripoli and Benghazi, these are coastal cities on the sea. Do you understand? Like, for example, other famous city, like New York. New York is a coastal city. It's on the sea.
ساحلية.
Yes, ساحلية, مدينة ساحلية. Liverpool تعتبر مدينة ساحلية. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so now let's listen to the story in number 2. It says, look at photos A and B. What do you know about Liverpool? So we talked.
Doctor, I want to write the word coastal.
Yes. Okay, let me return it. Just a second. Coastal. Here it is. C-O-A-S-T-A-L. Coastal. Can you see it?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, so now we're going to listen to this listening track. It says, it's Monday morning, look at photo C. Listen to Caroline and James. When did Caroline go to Liverpool? Did she have a good time? Okay, so let's do the first question, okay? So the first question, we want to know when did Caroline go to Liverpool? يعني حنعرفه المطلوب في أي وقت when And this is question number 1. And question number 2, did she have a good time? So we have 2 questions, okay? So question number 1, when did she go? When did she go to Liverpool? We want to know when. And question number 2, did she have a good time? Okay, so let's go to, let's do the listening and let's find out. Okay, 9.10. Mm, 9.10.
1-0.
Hello, James. Did you have a good weekend?
Hi, Caroline. Yes, I did, thanks. I didn't go out. I stayed at home all weekend and watched TV. What about you? What did you do?
Paul and I went to Liverpool.
Oh, great. Did you have a good time?
Yes, we did. It's a very interesting city with some beautiful buildings.
What did you do there?
Well, on Saturday we walked around the city and I took a lot of photos. And in the evening we went out for dinner at a very nice Chinese restaurant.
Did you stay in a hotel?
No, we didn't. Paul's sister lives in Liverpool, so we stayed with her.
And what did you do on Sunday?
Well, in the morning we visited the Beatles Museum. Then in the afternoon we went to the Cavern Club, where the Beatles first played. That was amazing.
Wow. Did you go to Liverpool by train?
Yes, we did. It's only 3 hours from London.
Really?
Yes. Why don't you go sometime?
Yes, maybe. It's, my wife's birthday next weekend, and we don't have any plans.
Hey, look at the time. We're late for work.
Okay. So what do you think? When did Caroline go to Liverpool?
In the weekend.
Correct. Yes, she went to Liverpool at the weekend. That's correct. Did she have a good time?
Yes, she did.
Yes, she did.
She did.
Correct. Okay, can you tell me some of the things she did? What did she do? Can you remember? What did she do on Saturday?
She have a dinner in the evening, Chinese food.
Okay, good. She had dinner at a Chinese restaurant. What else can you remember? Chinese restaurant, correct. Basma, can you remember anything from Liverpool? What did Caroline do?
I took a photo.
She took photos, correct? Yes. What else, Basma?
I think she stayed with her sister.
Also correct. So now we have 3 things.
Lives there.
Correct. Her sister lives there. She stayed with her sister. She took photos. Correct. She had dinner in a Chinese restaurant. Correct. Can you remember anything else? I think one thing.
She went to club in the evening.
She went to a
Saturday.
club.
Yes.
Correct. Okay.
In the Saturday evening. Okay.
She did go to a club. Yes. She went to the Cavern Club. Yes. What else?
On Sunday, she went to a museum.
She also went to a museum, correct? Can you remember what museum she went to? Do you remember the name of the museum?
I hear it, but I don't understand.
Okay. No problem. We are going to listen again, but excellent, very good. أعتقد طلعتوا الأماكن كلها صحيحة. الأماكن كلها تكلمتوا عليها كلها صحيحة. We're going to listen again in part C, but here we have also, we want to choose the correct words, okay? In part C, it says, listen again, choose the correct words. Okay, let's see. So number 1, it says, James went out last weekend or didn't go out. The correct answer, of course, is James didn't go out last weekend, okay? Number 2, Caroline took a lot of photos on Saturday or Sunday.
Saturday.
On Saturday.
Okay, خلينا ناخذ إجاباتكم. On Saturday. Okay, number 3, Caroline and Paul went to a Japanese or Chinese restaurant.
Chinese restaurant.
Restaurant.
Okay. And number 4, they stayed with Paul's
Sister.
With Paul's sister.
Okay. And number 5, they went to the Cavern Club on Sunday morning or afternoon?
Afternoon.
Okay. And they traveled to Liverpool by?
Train.
Excuse me. Yes, correct. Train.
Yes, train.
How many hours from London to Liverpool by train? How many hours?
3
hours.
3 hours, okay.
3 hours.
All right, okay. Okay, so let's listen again. Let's check your answers.
Recording 9.10.
Hello, James. Did you have a good weekend?
Hi, Caroline. Yes, I did, thanks. I didn't go out. I stayed at home all weekend and watched TV. What about you? What did you do?
Paul and I went to Liverpool.
Oh, great. Did you have a good time?
Yes, we did. It's a very interesting city with some beautiful buildings.
What did you do there?
Well, on Saturday we walked around the city and I took a lot of photos. And in the evening we went out for dinner at a very nice Chinese restaurant.
Did you stay in a hotel?
No, we didn't. Paul's sister lives in Liverpool, so we stayed with her.
And what did you do on Sunday?
Well, in the morning we visited the Beatles Museum. Then in the afternoon we went to the Cavern Club, where the Beatles first played. That was amazing.
Wow. Did you go to Liverpool by train?
Yes, we did. It's only 3 hours from London.
Really?
Yes. Why don't you go sometime?
Yes, maybe. It's, my wife's birthday next weekend, and we don't have any plans.
Hey, look at the time. We're late for work.
Okay, so this means all of your answers are correct. Very good, very nice. Now, she said that they went...
The name of the museum.
Yeah,
Beatles
Beatles.
Museum.
Beatles Museum. Do you know the Beatles? Have you heard of the Beatles? The Beatles.
No.
Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Beatles, I think if you ask your father or if you ask your mother, yeah, if you tell them who are the Beatles, every old person knows the Beatles. تعتبر فرقة موسيقية من أيام الستينات. فرقة موسيقية مشهورة جدا بس قديمة أيضا. فكان موطنهم ليفربول. والمدينة انشهرت بشكل كبير بسبب الفرقة هذه، الفرقة الموسيقية اسمهم بيتلز. انشهروا في الستينات وبداية السبعينات. فعندهم حاليا متحف. They have a museum in Liverpool, and the Cavern Club. This is the first place they played music before they became famous. قبل شهرتهم يعني كانوا يعزفوا في النادي هذا. Okay, so yeah, Beatles, the Beatles, famous musical band. It's a band. فرقة يعني.
Yes, their hair is big
Yeah.
and trousers.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, حتى يعني لو احنا في الليبيين يقول لك ستايل بيتلز، شعار البيتلز وسراويل البيتلز. يعني جت فترة أيام الستينات السبعينات أخذوا شهرة عالمية كبيرة جدا. فأغلب الناس اللي هو الجيل السابق يعرفوهم أكثر يعني بيتلز. Okay, so let's go to number 3. Let's talk about number 3. It says here sentence stress. Okay, read and listen to the beginning of the conversation. Notice the sentence stress. Okay, we stress the important words. يعني هنا مجرد ملحوظة بخصوص التركيز في بعض الكلمات أكثر من غيرها. يعني كل الكلمات اللي عليها نقطة. For example, hello, James. Did you have a good weekend? فلو تلاحظوا يعني أنا مجرد حنأشر لكم على الكلمات اللي لا يوجد عليها stress. مثلا at على did. أيضا لدينا about. أنا حاليا مجرد أشر على الكلمات اللي لا يوجد عليها stress. Okay, so what does it mean no stress? No stress means يعني عادة في النطق يتم قراءتهم بشكل سريع. يعني مش حيكون عليهم تجديد. Okay, يعني حأعيد لكم. I'm going to repeat the first part مجرد البداية من ال conversation. حاولوا تلاحظوا طريقة قراءة الكلمات الغير مشددة. حتلاحظوا أنها نوعا ما أسرع في النطق. Okay, let's listen again to the beginning, just the beginning, and I want you to listen to how these words اللي هم غير مشددات الكلمات اللي عليهم the red circle. I want you to listen. Okay.
Recording 9.10.
Hello, James. Did you have a good weekend?
Hi, Caroline. Yes, I did, thanks. I didn't go out. I stayed at home all weekend and watched TV. What about you? What did you do?
Paul and I went to Liverpool.
Okay. يعني ممكن تلاحظوا أن الكلمات هذه كانت أسرع شوي أو ما عليهاش تجديد يعني. There's no stress. بس الكلمات الثانية كانت واضحة يعني. أوكي. فمجرد ملاحظة يعني لا أكثر لا أقل قصة stress في الكلمات. Okay, now let's go to exercise number 4. So we have a little bit of vocabulary. It says look at the photos, match these words to number 1 and to 6. Okay, let me read the words first. So we have a customer, a single, a return, a ticket office, a ticket machine, a platform. So all of this vocabulary is at the station. In English, when we say at the station, من غير ذكر اسم station, فالعادة يقصدوا train station. بس عادة ما يكتبوش فيها. لكن معنى station يعني في العادة القصد اللي هو train station طبعا. Okay. So this is at the station. So we have some words. Let's match these words. Let's match them to the photos. Okay. So let's start with the first word. Customer. Can you see the customer? Number 1. Can you see number 1?
yes,
Yes.
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 This is the customer. Okay, so
Yes.
number 1 is the customer. What about number 2? What's this? Number 2.
5.
Okay.
Single.
A
single.
single. Okay.
single,
Sorry. A single اللي هي number 5. صح. أنتوا تتكلموا على رقم 2 أو رقم 5؟
لا، رقم 2 اللي هو 5. يس. يعني السنجل اللي هو رقم 5.
أوكي صح، أنا كنت قبل فضلت نشوف بالأرقام، لكن حتى من الكلمات مش مشكلة.
المينينج؟
لا مش المينينج. أنا
أوكي.
يعني أنت الظاهر أنك
ما
منال
عشان.
أنت كنت تقري في الكلمات اللي في الصندوق صح؟ سنجل
لا
وبعدها
سنجل. لا، أنا ما بقرأ، أنا قصدي إنه سنجل اللي هو رقم 5.
صح
ماتشنج مع 5.
صح
باي.
صحيح. That's correct, yes. Single هي single ticket نقصده يعني تذكرة
Yes.
فردية. Correct, okay.
فردية.
Single. What about return? What's return? Which one is return?
6.
Okay, correct.
Number 6.
That's correct. Number 6 is a return.
Mm.
What
Yeah.
about ticket office? Where's the ticket office?
2.
Correct. Yes, number 2,
Okay.
it's the ticket office. What about the ticket machine?
3.
3. Yeah. Number 3 is the ticket
3.
machine. Correct, correct. And the platform?
4.
Yes,
4.
correct. That's correct, yes. What does it mean, platform in Arabic?
رصيف.
رصيف.
لا مش الرصيف. الرصيف اللي نستعملوه للشارع فقط.
اللي هو هذا.
لكن اللي في المحطة حتى بالعربية من في كلمة ثانية يتم استعمالها.
انتظار.
اوكي صح، انتظار. لكن يوجد كلمة معينة بالعربية. منصة صح؟ منصة الانتظار، منصة.
صح.
منصة.
بالضبط. لأن الرصيف عادة حتى بالإنجليزية عندها كلمة ثانية اللي هي يقولوا أحيانا sidewalk.
sidewalk.
حاكتبها sidewalk.
اوكي.
كده sidewalk، وفي كلمة ثانية أعتقد sidewalk بالأمريكي. لحظة أتأكد لكم إن هما كلمتين يتم استعمالهم لرصيف. pavement أيضا، الكلمتين عندنا sidewalk وكذلك pavement.
دكتور ممكن توضح لي
نعم.
5 و 6 single و return. صراحة ما فهمتهمش.
Okay. In number 5, this is a single ticket. So single ticket, it means it's one way. It's a one-way ticket. So for example, if you want to go from London to Liverpool. Yes. Exactly. Yes. So you go and you stay in Liverpool. Yes, exactly. And return, it means you go to Liverpool and you go back to London or anywhere. يعني هذه فكرة. Okay. So بالنسبة للرصيف العادي اللي في الشارع يمكن تسموه sidewalk أو pavement، الاثنين صح. لكن بالنسبة للي خاص بالقطار عادة لازم اسم خاص اللي هو platform. منصة الانتظار أو منصة القطار. أيضا حتى بالنسبة مش ضروري للترين ستيشن، حتى للمترو نفس القصة، اللي هو جهة الانتظار قبل المترو نفس الكلمة يعني platform، سواء للمترو أو سواء للقطار نفس الفكرة. Okay, now let's listen to these words. Let's listen to the pronunciation. I want you to listen and repeat, please, okay? So let's do the listening.
A customer. A single. A return. A ticket office. A ticket machine. A platform.
Okay, let's do it again. I want you to listen and repeat, please, okay?
Recording 9.11.
A customer. A single. A return. A ticket office. A ticket machine. A platform.
Okay, now let's go to number 5. So here, number 5, buying train tickets. Here we have. Okay, it's very nice. So we have a conversation. It says it's Saturday morning. James is at the station. Listen and fill in the gaps in this conversation. Okay, so we have a conversation between the customer, and here the customer is James. Okay, so James is the customer, and he's going to talk to the ticket seller. Okay, so for example, this is James, and this is the ticket seller. Okay, so James and the ticket seller. So we are going to listen to the conversation, and I want you to complete the gaps. Okay. Okay. يعني في رأيي أن خذوا دقيقة أو دقيقتين أقروا الحوار كامل. Read the conversation first. Okay. أسهل بحيث تكونوا جاهزين وقت listening. Okay. So take a minute or two. Read the conversation first. يعني بنفسكم كل واحد لوحده، وبعدين من الليسننج نقدروا نكملوا أسهل أعتقد. لما تكملوا طبعا الكونفرزيشن مجرد تقولوا لي كملنا يعني.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Let's listen. And I want you to write the missing word, okay?
Okay.
1, 2.
2 returns to Liverpool, please.
When do you want to come back?
Tomorrow evening.
OK, that's £93.40, please. Here are your tickets.
Thanks. What time's the next train?
There's one at 9:17.
Which platform?
Platform 6.
What time does it arrive in Liverpool?
At 12:29.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Okay, let's listen again. Let's listen one more time.
Recording 9.12.
2 returns to Liverpool, please.
When do you want to come back?
Tomorrow evening.
OK, that's £93.40, please. Here are your tickets.
Thanks. What time's the next train?
There's one at 9:17.
Which platform?
Platform 6.
What time does it arrive in Liverpool?
At 12:29.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Okay. So how much are the tickets?
93
90, 93.40. 93 £40.
Correct.
40.
Yes, that's correct. £93.40. Good. When's the next train?
9:17.
9:17.
1 to 9:17.
Okay,
1 at 9:17.
That's correct.
No.
9:17, correct. And which platform?
Platform 6.
20.
Platform
6,
6.
yes. Or 6.
Yes, platform 6. And what time does it arrive at Liverpool?
20.
At 12:29.
12:29.
Correct.
12:20.
Yes, at 12:29. Very good.
Yes.
Okay, nice. All right, let's practice this conversation. Okay, so okay, so Media, you can be the customer, and Basma, you can be the ticket seller. So okay, you can start.
2 returns to Liverpool, please.
When do you want to come back?
Yes, Media. When do you want to come back?
Tomorrow evening.
Okay, that's £93.40, please. Here are your tickets.
Tomorrow evening. Thanks. What time's?
Yes.
What time? Can you repeat it again? Media, what time?
Sorry, كان قص علي النت.
No problem. You said thanks. What time? Media معنا؟ انت وصلتي في thanks.
Thanks. What the next train?
There's one at 19.
Yes. What time is the next train? What for?
Platform 6.
Platform 6, okay. Media فصل عليها النت. Okay, what time does it arrive in Liverpool?
At 12:29.
Thanks a lot. Bye. Okay, مرة هذه نبدلوا. بسمة, you can be the customer, and Manal, you can be the ticket seller, okay? So, customer.
Okay.
Okay.
2 returns to Liverpool, please.
When do you want to come back?
Want to come back?
I want to come back.
Tomorrow.
Manal, okay.
That is £93.40. Here are your tickets.
Thanks. What time is the next train?
There is one at 9:17.
Which platform?
Platform 6.
What time does it arrive in Liverpool?
at 12:29.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Okay, very good. So this is an example of a conversation between a customer and the ticket seller, okay? An example of a conversation between a customer and the ticket seller. Okay, so now we want to practice. Let's listen. It says here number 6, listen and practice the sentences, okay? So we are going to listen to these sentences. I want you to listen and repeat, please, okay? So listen and repeat.
Two returns to Liverpool, please.
When do you want to come back?
Tomorrow evening.
OK, that's £93.40, please. Here are your tickets.
Thanks. What time's the next train?
There's one at 9:17.
Which platform?
Platform 6.
What time does it arrive in Liverpool?
At 12:29.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Okay, let's repeat it again. So I want you to listen to these sentences. So listen and repeat. معنا Media, can you hear us? Okay, can you hear us, Media?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to listen to these to this conversation. So I want you to listen and repeat, okay? So listen and repeat.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Recording 9.13.
Two returns to Liverpool, please.
When do you want to come back?
Tomorrow evening.
OK, that's £93.40, please. Here are your tickets.
Thanks. What time's the next train?
There's one at 9:17.
Which platform?
Platform 6.
What time does it arrive in Liverpool?
At 12:29.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Okay. All right, so number 7, practice the conversation. Okay, هذا so كملنا. We did the conversation together, so we finished number 7. Okay, now number 8, we have a new conversation. It says, read this conversation, choose the correct words. Okay, so we have a new conversation between a customer and a ticket seller. So we have a customer and ticket seller, okay? So I want you to choose the correct words. So, okay, so Media and Manan. So the customer, Media, you can be the customer, and the ticket seller, Manan, you can be the ticket seller, okay?
Okay.
All right, so Media, you can start.
a single to Oxford, please.
Okay, that is 1860, please.
Continue. Ticket seller. كملي يا منال.
Here are your tickets.
Okay.
Here's your tickets.
Okay, customer. Media.
Thanks. What time's the next train?
There is at
Thanks.
1.
What time's the next train?
There is one at 11:52.
Which platform?
Platform 1.
What time do it arrive in Oxford?
Are you sure? Can you read it again?
I think it does.
Yes, you're right.
What time does it arrive in Oxford?
At 12:47.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Okay. Let's check. Let's check your answers. Let's check.
In point 14.
A single to Oxford, please.
OK. That's £18.60, please. Here's your ticket.
Thanks. What time's the next train?
There's one at 11:52.
Which platform?
Platform 1.
What time does it arrive in Oxford?
At 12:47.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Okay. So all of the answers are correct. Very nice. Okay. So Basma, you can be this time. You can be the ticket seller, and Manal can be the customer. Okay.
Okay. Single to Oxford, please.
Okay, Basma.
Okay. That's 18 pounds 60. Sorry.
Okay. Basma, is your connection? Do you have a problem with your connection?
Yes, I read it.
Okay. Okay.
Do you hear
Manal,
me?
كان يقطع الصوت. ممكن تعيديها بسمة. Can you repeat it, please?
Okay. Okay, that's 18 pounds 60, please. Here's your ticket.
Thanks. What time's the next train?
There's one at 11:52.
Which platform?
Platform 1.
What time does it arrive on Oxford? Arrive.
Yes.
Yes. At 12:47.
Thanks. A lot. Bye.
Okay. Now Basma and Media. Okay. So Basma, you can be the customer. Media, you can be the ticket seller. Okay.
Okay. A single to Oxford, please.
Okay. Yes, Media.
It's 18.60, please. Here's your ticket.
Thanks.
Okay.
What time? What times? Yes. Thanks. What time is the next?
There's one at 11:52.
Which platform?
Platform 1.
What time does it arrive in Oxford?
At 12:47.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, very good. All right. So this is an example of a conversation between a customer and a ticket seller. Okay. So very good. So here in number 9, I think we have an extra exercise. Let's check the extra exercise. You know what? Extra exercise. Let's check our next topic. Number 10. Okay, who, what, when. All right. So in this lesson, we are going to talk a little bit about question words. Okay. So we will talk about question words. Do you know the question words? Can you give me examples of question words?
What, where?
Yes.
Where,
when, where, why,
who,
how. Yeah.
Correct, correct. All of that is correct, yes. So when, how, who, what, where, which, why, all of these are, yeah, all of these are question words, WH question words. Correct, that's correct. So in this lesson, we are going to talk about, questions in the present and in the past. But here, let's start with the words in the box here. It says, check these words with your teacher. Okay, so let's take a look at these words. So the first word, the moon. I think all of you know the moon. Yeah, you know the moon?
Yes.
Yeah? Yes. Okay, okay. Do you know the meaning of sink? When something sinks? Do you know the word sink? Sink in water.
غرق.
Yes,
غرق.
yes. But sink we usually use it for objects. للأشياء وليس للأشخاص. So for example, if you throw a coin, in the water, it will sink. Yeah.
Yes.
So, or if you throw a spoon, or maybe something heavy, something metal, if you throw it in the water, it will sink. Okay. But for a person or an animal, we use another word. We use the word drown. You know the word drown?
Drown.
This is for people and animals.
No.
Okay. If a person or an animal dies in the water, we say drown. Okay?
Okay.
So in Arabic, what does drown mean? Drown.
غرق.
Yes, yes. Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly, yes. This is the meaning of drown. يغرق. أو يموت غرقا. Yeah. So drown, we use it for animals and for people. We say drown. But for things, for objects, for spoons, sink. We say sink. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, word number 3, explorer. Do you know this word? Yeah, think for things. Do you know the word explorer? Yes.
استكشف.
But this is the person, الشخص نفسه.
Yes.
المستكشف.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So a person who goes to new places or who finds new land, we say explorer. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Climb. Do you know what it means? To climb a mountain?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know Spider-Man? What does Spider-Man do? Spider-Man, he climbs buildings, right?
يتسلق.
Yes, correct. So the meaning of the word climb, it means when you go up a mountain. This is climb.
Yes.
And the B is silent, climb.
Climb.
Yes, climb. Okay, we have another word, a cab. You know this word, cab?
No.
Okay, so a cab means taxi. Okay? It's the same meaning. But in America, in the USA, many people say cab. But
يستأجر. استئجار.
no, it's the same as taxi. Taxi or cab. It's the same word, same meaning. Cab, taxi.
Okay. سيارة يعني معنى سيارة.
No. Yes, taxi. سيارة أجرة. زي معنى تاكسي بالضبط.
Yes, سيارة أجرة. Yes.
Yes. بس الناس في أمريكا أحيانا يستعملوا في كلمة cab أكثر من taxi.
Okay.
Okay. So, but it's the same meaning. Taxi, cab, it's the same thing. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's do. We have a little quiz here. Can you see the questions? Question number 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you see these questions?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to read the question and I want you to guess. Okay. So here, number 1, can you read the question, Basman, and guess the correct answer?
Yes.
Number 1.
Who was the first man to walk on the moon? Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong.
Which one, Basman? A, B, or C?
Neil Armstrong.
Okay. Let's write your name here. Let's write your answer. Okay, Manal, can you read number 2?
Okay. What is the name of the train from Moscow to Berlin? Beijing. Okay. The trains Asan. Asian G. Asian I ولا G؟
الاس هنا تنطق جاء.
Asian Express. The train
Trans-Siberian.
Yes. Express. The Orient Express.
What do you think the name is?
I don't know.
Guess. Just guess. A, B, or C.
I think B.
Okay, let's choose B. Okay, Media, do you know when the Titanic sank? What do you think, Media? 1912, 1922, 1932. What do you think the correct answer is, Media? When did the Titanic sink? Can you guess, Media? What do you think?
I think
32. Okay. Number 4, Basma. Where was Christopher Columbus born?
I think in Portugal.
Portugal?
Maybe.
Okay, so I think it's Portugal. Okay, okay. Number 5, Manal. Can you read the question?
Can't you return a car on the island of Sark?
Sark. Okay, so why can't you rent a car on the island of Sark? Do you know what the meaning of island is? Manal, island. Do you know the meaning of island?
City تقريبا.
Can you see the map? Can you see the map here? Can you see the picture?
Yes. ما كلها شوية.
Okay.
لكن نصها ظاهرة لي ما كلها.
Okay. هذه كلها. What can you see? We have the UK and we have France. Right? And what's this? This island.
France.
No, between France and the UK. What's this? In Arabic, what is it?
Between France and UK.
ايش تتسمى بالعربي؟ اللي مأشر عليها بالأحمر.
جزيرة؟
جزيرة بالضبط، صح؟ إذا island of Sark تعتبر مجرد اسم الجزيرة، اسم الجزيرة اللي هي Sark. كلمة island تعني جزيرة. Island. Okay? So can you read the question again and then read the option?
Okay. Where can't you rent a car on the island of Sark?
Yes.
Yes. Because three are
there.
There aren't any people, because there aren't any roads, because there aren't any cars. Number P.
Okay, there aren't any roads. Let's choose your answer. There aren't any roads. Okay, let's see question number 6. It says, we have number 6, 7, and 8. Okay, Basma, number 6.
And number 6. How old was Edmund Hillary when he climbed Everest in 1953?
What do you think?
Maybe 33. I don't
Okay, just guess.
know.
A. Okay.
A. A.
Do you know Everest?
Yes, in Himalaya.
Yes, it's the
The
tallest mountain.
Tallest?
Yeah.
Longest.
Highest, sorry, it's the highest mountain. Highest mountain.
Highest.
Yes, highest.
Highest mountain.
Okay, Manal, what about number 7? Can you read number 7?
Okay. How many yellow cabs are there in New York City? About 7,000. About 13,000. About 20,000.
How many? What do you think?
I think 13,000.
Okay, 13,000. Let's choose your answer. 1,000. Okay, last question, Basma.
Yes. How much was Rolls Royce Silver Ghost in 1907?
1907.
About 500 pounds, 1,000 pounds, 1,000 pounds and 5.
What do you think? A?
A.
Okay, let's choose your answer. Okay, now let's find the correct answer for these guesses. Let's see.
Yes.
Let's find out. 127. Okay, here are the answers. 1C, 2B. Yeah, okay, أفضل أن نسخن الإجابات. So we have, let me write them here عشان يظهروا. إذا عندنا number 1 C, number 2 B, number 3 A, and number 4 A. We have 5C, we have 6A, 7B, 8C. Okay, and let's go back. نرجع للصفحة. Let's go back. Okay, let's check. So it says number 1, C. Okay, so the correct answer. So this means your answer is correct, Basman. Number 1 is C, Neil Armstrong, correct. Yes. Okay, and number 2, B. This means your guess is correct يا منال. انت اخترتي B صح؟
Yes.
Okay, إذا إجابتك صحيحة. number 2B هذا اسم القطار بين موسكو وبيجينغ. The Trans-Siberian Express. Trans-Siberian Express. Here it says, when did Titanic sink? The correct answer is A, in 1912. Okay. Number 4, Where was Christopher Columbus born? He was born in Italy. Okay, this man?
My answer is wrong.
Yeah, you answered Portugal, but it's he was born in Italy. Okay, number 5. Why can't you rent a car on the island of... Yes, your guess, your guess. Number 5C, it says...
It's wrong.
Yeah, it's also wrong. Because there aren't any cars in Sark. So this island, there's no cars. Okay.
أنا ما فهمت السؤال قبل كويس يعني ما ركزت فيه.
هو ايش سألني السؤال؟
قال لي هل ما كانت لا تستطيعي؟
لا مش هل. Why
ما كانت واي لماذا لا تستطيعي إيجار عربية عشان تمشي بيها لدي؟
صح.
تمشي لها لأيسلند.
Yes. لا مش عشان تمشي بيها على الجزيرة نفسها.
على الجزيرة نفسها yes. On the island of
on the island is of Sark. The reason is because there are no cars on this island.
Yes.
Okay, so there are no cars.
أنا بس جبت الجزيرة الطوالي جبت مع روتس ما ركزت في السؤال.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. Let's check the next question. The answer to the next question. Okay, so let's see. Let's check number 6 and number 7. So the question here is how old was Edmund Hillary? It says that he was number 5C. He was, you see how old he was, Basma? The correct answer is C. You chose A.
33.
Yes, but not 33. He was 53. So he was a bit old, right? He wasn't young. So this person, Edmund Hillary, he's the first person to climb Mount Everest. Do you know what this means, Manan?
What?
Number 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
يعني متى لما يستكشف
how old was he?
How old كان عمره كم لما يستكشف متى كان عمره؟ Yes.
When he climbed Mount Everest. Do you know Mount Everest, Manan? Do you know Mount Everest, Manan? What's the meaning of Everest?
Everest no.
Everest اللي هو جبل إيفرست، أعلى جبل على الأرض. هذا اللي يقع في الهيمالايا، في سلسلة جبال الهيمالايا. أعلى جبل فيهم اسمه إيفرست، جبل إيفرست.
إيفرست أوكي.
والشخص هذا اللي نتكلموا عليه اللي هو السير إدموند هيلاري، أول من تسلقه، أول من تسلقه للأعلى يعني. تم تسلقه. Okay. And you see how old he was? For it's 53.
Yes.
So he was a bit old, right? يعني ما كانش عمره صغير وقت اللي تسلق
كان كبير. Yes.
كان كبير ونجح.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now number 7. هذا also كانت إجابتك أنت. Your guess, Manan?
كان B about 13. Yes.
أنت اخترتي B بس الحقيقة يوجد 7000. There are 7,000 yellow cabs. اللي هو التاكسي الأصفر هذا في نيويورك. Okay.
مش الصح number 2.
No. The correct. صحيح. Sorry. إذا إجابتك صحيحة سامحيني. Yes, you're right. Correct. Your answer is correct, 13,000. And can you see the last one, Basma? Your answer, your guess? I think you chose A, right? It says, how much was a Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost in 1907? Right? The correct answer is 1,500 pounds. This is the correct answer. Yeah, 7B, but number 8, C. Can you see number 8? Okay.
My guess is
Your guess was A.
my guess is wrong.
Yes. Okay. Now let's go to our next question. Here we want to match. Do you see the question words?
Yes.
Okay, so let's match these question words. So we use who. We use it to ask about a person, right?
Yes.
What about what? How do we use what?
Think. I think.
Yes.
Okay. What about when?
A time.
Okay. What about where?
Place.
And why?
A reason because.
Yes.
Yes.
How old?
Age.
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 How many?
Number.
Okay. How much?
And a moment of money.
An amount of money. Okay, correct.
What's the meaning amount? Doctor?
Amount, كمية. Amount.
Okay.
كمية من أي شيء. How much?
Okay.
So if I want to know how much rice you have, I can say, how much rice do you have? How much water do you have? Right?
Or how much are these bags?
How much are these bags? That's also correct. How much are these bags? Yes.
Okay.
That's also correct. How much are these bags? All right, so this is the idea here. Okay, we have an exercise. Let's check the exercise. Here in page, what is it? Page 86. Let's leave this. It says here, write 4 questions. Use the questions in number 2. Terms and ask me. Okay. We want to use these questions. I want you, Basma, I want you to think of 4 questions. You can use any of these questions, and I want you to ask these questions to Manal, okay? So I want you to think of 4 questions. So think of 4 questions and use them to ask Manal. Can you do that, Basma? Can you hear me now? Basma?
Yes, do you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. So I want you to make 4 questions, and I want you to ask Manal these questions. Use any questions you want from the list. You can use who, what, where, why, how many, how old, any question you want, okay?
Okay. Yes, the first question. What time do you get up every day?
Okay. You can also use when بدل what time, صح?
Yes.
Okay. So let's use when. When do you wake up? Okay. Okay. What's your second question, Esma?
Where do you live?
Okay. Where do you live? Okay. Good. Second question. Number 3. Third question. What's your third question, Basma?
Who is your best friend?
Good question. Who is your best friend? Okay, and question number 4.
Yes. How much? Okay.
How much?
How much is your dress?
How much is your dress? Okay. How much is your dress? Okay, so these are good questions. We can use them for Manal when she comes back. Okay. You can ask. Okay, I'll ask you some questions. Okay. Let me ask you questions. Why? Okay, Manal is back. رجعت. قطعتك. اوكي جينا فصل عليها الانترنت. Manal, are you there? Can you hear us? Hello. صحيح هي بس من صوتك يوصل متأخر شوي.
النت انقطع عندي.
Okay, no problem. Can you see the questions? These are questions that Basma wants to ask you, okay? هذه بعض الأسئلة جهزتها لك زميلتك وبعدها you can answer them وبعدها دورك أنت تسأليها, okay? أنا
Okay.
Okay, so السؤال الأول سألته لك when do you wake up? أنا
wake up.
Get up, wake up in the morning. It's the same meaning.
The same, okay.
Yeah.
I get up at 6 o'clock.
Okay. I get up at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Where do you live?
I live in Sudan.
Okay. I live in Sudan. And who is your best friend?
No.
Who?
No,
who
I
is
don't.
your best? You don't have a best friend?
No.
No friends?
no friends, no.
خالص ما فيش أصدقاء خالص.
عندي صديقة وعندي معاه problem يعني.
Okay, so you can say I have no friends.
Yes.
Okay. How much is your dress?
It is 1,000.
It is
1,000.
It is 1,000 مثلا نقولوا pound أو dollars.
Yes.
مثلا.
Okay.
It is 1,000 pounds أو dollars. Okay, very nice. Okay, دورك أنت توا منال. تقدر تختاري أي أسئلة. You can choose any questions you want to ask. طبعا أفضل تنوعي ما نبوش نكرره. يعني يفضل عدم التكرار يعني.
Okay. وين ما صح؟ وين لوين اشتغل؟ Where? طيب. How old are you?
Okay. How old are you? How old are you? Basman.
I answer now or
اوكي نكملوا الاسئله كلها نكملها اولا وبعدين نتجاوب. اوكي سؤال نمبر 2 منال. We want 4 questions.
Okay, what's that those?
What are those you mean?
ما what's اقول؟ مثلا حاجة.
انت ايش سؤالك بالعربي؟
ده اسال قلت لها ديل بكم يعني what's that those.
انت عايزه تسالي عن السعر يا منال.
بس درست عن مثلا حاجه معينه قدامي عندك يعني مش كسر.
what are those يعني تقصدي ما هذا؟
yes what are those.
اوكي يمشي الحال كويس. سؤال نحن what are those. طبعا جمع في الحالة هذه. what are those ما هذه الأشياء. لو بالفصحى بالعربية ماذا تكون هذه الأشياء. ولو عايزة تسألي على شيء واحد what is this أو what is that يمشي الحال.
yes
تمام كويس. number 3 can you think of
okay why do you cry. why do you cry.
okay the last question.
مش صحيح
نحويا صحيح.
okay how many استخدمتها how many
okay
how many people are there.
okay how many people are there. okay Basma, you can answer these questions.
Yes. How old are you? I'm 35.
I'm 35. Okay. What are those?
What are those? What are those? Those are my مش عارفة أشوف اللي يشوف في قدامي أجهزة كمبيوتر and
okay مثلا those are my computers. right those are my computers for example يكون صحيح. okay سؤال ثالث شوية سيكولوجي لكن نحاول نجاوبه.
why do you cry.
yes
I cry because I spent all my money.
very good answer. I cry because I spent all okay لحظة هنا ندير when. I cry when I spend all my money.
Yes.
Okay, last question.
دكتور, what is the meaning I spent?
أصرف.
I spent.
أصرف كل فلوسي.
أصرف, okay. Okay.
How many people are there? There are 300 people.
There are 300 people. In your house, all of them?
No,
Okay.
in my mind.
Okay. All right. So there are 300 people. Okay, very good questions, very good answers. فيعني تلاحظوا السؤال يعني رقم 2 تمرين رقم 2 مجرد يعني بتذكير أو شوية تمرين لطريقة استعمال الأسئلة، كيفية الأسئلة بالأدوات هذه. يعني أكيد كل سؤال عنده اختصاص معين who, what, where، وهذا طبعا يفتح لكم مجال للمحادثة، يفتح لكم مجال لو سافرتوا لو أي شيء، يعني يعتبر من المواضيع اللي أكيد مهمة طريقة الاستعمال الصحيح لأدوات الاستفهام، صح؟ يعني هذا حيسهل حياتكم بشكل كبير وقت السفر، وقت الحجوزات، الهوتيل، دراسة الخارج، أي مواضيع أكيد الأسئلة مهمة جدا. Okay, very nice questions, very good answers. So this is number 4. Okay, أنا نسيت ما أخذناش بريك قصير للصلاة. ناخذ بريك قصير مجرد 5 دقائق ونرجع. Okay, very short break and we'll come back. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so we talked about questions. Number 3, it's pair work. We can skip it. We did number 4. Okay, we asked each other the questions. Okay, now here we have some pronunciation. The difference between the letter L, and the letter R, okay? So we want to see the difference between the letter L and the letter R, okay? So, of course, here in Arabic, we don't have a problem, I think, with the letter L and R, but in some languages, for example, Japanese, when they learn English, they have a problem with the letter R and L, okay? But here we want to practice a little bit the sounds. So I want you to listen to the difference between the letter L and R.
5.
L. Leave. Leave.
R. Arrive. Arrive.
Okay, so I think it's easy, not hard, right? The difference between L and R. Okay, so this is the only point here. So here we're going to listen to the other words. So I want you to listen and repeat, okay? In number 2, the first box, all of them are the letter, we have the letter L, the pronunciation of L, and in the next box, in the blue box, we have the pronunciation of letter R, okay? So I want you to listen to the words, listen and repeat, please, okay? Listen and repeat.
Leave. Plane. Flying. Like. England. Place. Dollars. Holiday. Wallet. Traveling. Classroom.
Arrive. Train. Read. Write. Price. Russia. Around. Very. Married. Traveling. Classroom.
Okay. Okay, now in number 3, the question, it says, sometimes we don't say the letter R in British English. Look at these words. Which R's do we say? Which don't we say? Okay, so of course in British English, sometimes the letter R is not pronounced. So you cannot hear the R, right? So here they want you to put tick in the words, because some of these words you can hear it, but some of these words you cannot hear the letter R. So if you can hear it, tick. If you can't hear it, cross. Okay. So for example,
Okay.
the word friend, you can hear the R, right? But in the second word, first, sometimes in British English they say first, right?
Yes.
So the R is silent. You cannot hear the R. What about this? What about the next word? Do we, in British English, do we say the word or we don't say? Do we say the R or we don't say the R?
No.
No, say.
Okay. What about the next word?
Say.
Yes,
Green, yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, what about the next word?
No.
Yes. Morning.
What do you think, Basma? Do we say or no?
I think no.
Okay, so Basma thinks no, but Manal thinks yes. So let's put
Yes.
let's put both answers. Next word?
Yes.
Red,
No.
yes.
Next word?
No. I
Okay.
think
Yes, sport.
no.
Sport. No, sport. No, sports.
Okay, next word?
No.
Yes, park.
Okay. Basma says
Park.
no, and Manal says yes.
Park.
Okay. Next word?
Yes. Right.
What do you think, Manal, this word?
Yes, yes.
Okay. This
Yes,
word?
yes. Right.
No. I think no.
No? What do you think, Manal? Do we say it or not?
No, no, no.
No. Okay.
Theater. Yes, theater.
What about this
Theater.
word?
Yes.
Yes, fruit.
Okay. What about the next word?
No.
No, star. No.
No.
Okay. What about this word?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay. Next word?
yes.
Yes.
Good.
And next word?
Yes.
Yes, trouble.
Okay. Let's listen and check. Okay. Let's listen
Okay.
and let's check if this is correct or not.
Friend.
First. Doctor.
Green.
Morning.
Radio.
Yes.
Then morning, do we say the letter R or we don't?
We don't.
We don't. Yeah.
Yes.
Because she said morning. Morning.
Yes.
Okay. Radio, we say it.
Sport.
Do we say it? Is it correct? Sport. Yeah, we don't say it in sport. Next word.
Park.
What do you think, Manan? Do we say it or we don't?
ما سمعتها كويس.
Okay.
Radio.
Sport. Park.
Yes, we don't.
Yeah, we don't.
Yes.
Right.
Theatre.
Fruit.
Start.
Tomorrow. Great. Terrible.
Okay. So now your answers are correct. Now I want you to listen one more time. I want you to listen from the beginning, but this time I also want you to repeat, okay? So listen and repeat, please.
Okay.
Let's do it again.
Recording 9.17. Friend.
First. Doctor.
Green.
Morning.
Radio.
Sport. Park.
Right.
Theatre.
Fruit.
Start.
Tomorrow. Great. Terrible.
Okay. So this is how we say the letter R. Sometimes in English it's you can say it. Sometimes in British English they don't say it. Okay. Okay. Now let's do.
Okay.
I think we only have time for number 1. Now in number 1 we want to look for 8 words for transport. Okay. So the first word. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in here. Okay, so we have train. So I answered it. Okay, so the first word is car. What's the second word?
Train.
Correct.
Train.
Yes, yes. Okay, after train.
Taxi.
Taxi. Correct.
Tax.
Yeah. Taxi.
Boat.
Good.
Boat.
Boat is correct.
Boat.
Yeah. After boat.
Bike.
Correct.
Bike.
Bike. Correct.
Plan.
Plane.
Plane.
Correct. Yes.
Bus.
Bus. Correct.
Bus.
Correct.
Motorbike.
And motorbike. Very good. So here,
yes.
Yeah, so we have 8 words for transport: car, train, taxi, boat, bike, plane, bus, motorbike. Sometimes they say motorbike, sometimes they say motorcycle. They use both of them.
Yes.
So motorbike or motorcycle. They use both of these words. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So inshallah, next lesson we will complete the review. هنكملوا الريفيو هذا إن شاء الله. And خلينا نديروا نطلعوا على موضوعنا القادم. Here we're going to talk about the future. يعني حنغيره من ال past وحنتكلموا على ال future. Okay.
Yes.
طبعا أيضا حتى ال future يعتبر من الأزمنة المهمة وفي نفس الوقت مش صعب بشكل كبير. يعني مجرد نستعمله اللي هو ال verb to be ومعاه going to. For example, I'm going to move to the USA. I'm going to start a new job. We're going to learn something new. He's going to drive to Mexico, for example, right? So مجرد نضيفه اللي هو going to ونضيفه الفعل وحيكون بعدها خلاص يعني حيصبح في الماضي زي هذه الأمثلة مثلا. I'm going to do a computer course. Ed is going to leave his job. Manal is going to leave her job. Manal is going to start a new job, for example. Or we can say Basma and Manal aren't going to stay here. Basma and Manal are going to go there. وهكذا يعني. Okay. So حنتعلموا كيف طريقة استعمال ال be going to. تمام. فهذا حيكون إن شاء الله التركيز حصتنا القادمة. So that's all for today. طبعا هذا بعد ما نكمله بإذن الله المراجعة. أولا المراجعة للpast يعني هذا كلها يعتبر تمارين revision. يعني revision يعتبر review أو revision لunit 9. Okay. So I'll see you on Tuesday. Okay.
Okay. Inshallah.
Inshallah. Okay.
Bye. Thank you very much, Doctor.
You're welcome. Bye bye. See you on Tuesday.
الله السلام عليكم.
مع السلامة. Bye bye.